Alright guys, we're back with another discussion video talking about the LG V60. I know I've already made like a ton of videos about this phone already, but in the comments today I was kind of going back and forth with this guy about which is the best value phone right now. And I feel like it should be pretty obvious that at the price point of the V60 right now, it's a no-brainer. He threw out a couple phones that, I was like, okay, but honestly, they weren't, to me, as good as a value as you're gonna get with the V60. Now, honestly, if you would have said like okay, the OnePlus 7 Pro to me is probably like the next best phone for value, because if you look at the price and just pull it up on Amazon, I actually just go to and show you guys. But look at the price on the V60. We're sitting at around 400 bucks and even cheaper on eBay. So the prices can go even cheaper, but usually we're sitting around 400 bucks. As we can see, 428. Like the refurbished version I have right here, it looks pretty much brand new. I've never had a refurbished version that looked not new. So and if we look at the OnePlus 7 Pro, it's even cheaper, which me personally, as you guys know, I use the 7 Pro as my main phone. But if we're talking about value, we have to talk about price to spec ratio here. So you see the 7 Pro is 378, and then you can get actually a brand new 7T Pro for 544 as well. So the reason why I say this is one of the best, price to spec phones, and it was in this video. I'll show you guys. This is not a review video. This is probably one of the best videos if you haven't seen the V60 and you want to know more about it in detail and camera quality and all that stuff. I made this video 3 months ago, so check that one out. I'll put it in the link down below. But yeah, so the V60 at that price point, it really has no competition with any other smartphone. So just to go, let's just actually pull up the V60 specs. We can look them up, we can read them off together, because you've really got to take into consideration how amazing this phone is at this price point. So we get an IP68 design, glass and metal phone. It's military grade actually. Just beautiful, really nice hardware. It's just super solid feeling phone. So IP68, all the bells and whistles, a beautiful POLED HDR10 Plus, 1080p 395 for the PPI, and always on display as well. And the biggest thing with this phone at this price point is the processor. So we get the Snapdragon 865 and Adreno 650. Android 11 is running on here right now. So it's just an amazing performer. As you can see, it's just a very fast phone. I've never had issues. You can play any game in the Play Store at max settings. It is a very fast phone, 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM. This is also a multitasking beast, and the thing that really puts the cherry on top with the V60 at this price point is you can buy the dual screen case for like an extra 100 bucks, right? And you could turn this into a dual smartphone. So basically, now I'm not the big fan of the dual screen because I just don't like the extra bulkiness of it, and you get a hit on battery life. But just imagine you have two, V60 side by side. That's the basic concept. So you could be playing a game or whatever over here, and then you could be, pull up your full YouTube or your full web browser and just enjoy that. Like, have that true multitasking experience. That is an awesome experience to me. So if you are a hardcore multitasker at this price point, that's just a really good deal, right? All right, let's just keep going here. The cameras we'll get to later. Excellent cameras. The stereo speakers with the quad DAC is really one of the best things, and it's really the only, I'm not gonna say the only flagship now, but because the Rogue Phone 3 actually, not the 3, but their 5, or their newest one, I don't know what they called it, but it has the headphone jack. They brought that back, and that one has a quad DAC. So I haven't gotten that phone yet, but that probably would be the best audio phone because it's got front-facing speakers and stuff. But yeah, the V60, amazing speakers on here, stereo speakers, very loud, crisp, and then you have that quad DAC, at the bottom. That is also a really great experience, and it's very unique, for you know, a flagship to have a headphone jack still. And then we have all of our bells and whistles. NFC is on here. Your in-display fingerprint sensor, which works fine. My only issue with the, you know, getting into this phone is that there's no face unlock on here. So you can't do face unlock, which sucks. So, you know, it is what it is. But the fingerprint scanner, as you saw, I've never had like an issue with it, like not opening the, you know, phone or whatever. So I guess next would be the camera. So the cameras on the V60 are also very good. You have a 64 megapixel standard, and then we have a 13 megapixel ultra wide, 0.3 TOF depth sensor, 8K video, front facing camera up front, 10 megapixels that shoots in 4K. So you're getting 8K video on this phone, and if you guys check that video out, you can see, you know, the photos blown up here. But this phone does a really good job with image quality. It does a really good job. Very sharp images, good dynamic range, very good ultra wide. As you can see, just a beautiful pictures here. Very natural color profile, which I, you know, personally prefer. Very good video. Just everything is really solid on here. The front facing cam, as you can see, very good. Any lighting situation I put this in, it's done a really good job. For 400 bucks, this again is a really just excellent performer when it comes to video and, you know, just your stills. The front facing cameras, you can see really good. Very natural skin tones, one thing I really like about this phone. And again, you get that 8K video as well, which is super solid on here. So just a really good, you know, camera phone as well. So it does not fall in that department. And some people ask about, like, did the picture quality get better when that Android 11 update came out? No, it did not. I did not notice any, like, I didn't notice any improvement, honestly. But it does have really good video, and it takes great stills as well. Now, one of the best things about the V60, honestly, is the battery life. So you have a 5,000 milliamp battery, wireless charging, of course. And whether you're, you know, hardcore gaming on here or whatever, this is going to be a battery champ. So that's why I was like, I can't find any other phone that is going to give you this value for 400 bucks. It's just like, you could argue the 7 Pro, but the 7 Pro, again, does not have the Snapdragon 865. You don't have that dual screen case capability. You have no headphone jack, which is a big bummer. That's the only thing I hate about my 7 Pro, is no headphone jack. The speakers are better. The hardware on the V60, they're about the same. Me personally, I prefer the 7 Pro screen. That's why I use it. So that's pretty much it, guys. Do you guys think that there's a phone that matches the value of the V60? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions, and I will catch you guys in the next one.